Hey, what's up guys? Vel here with a new video of my top 5 league starters for the Forbidden Sanctum. If you're anything like me, it is really hard to pick a league starter. There's so many builds to choose from. There are new skills, new uniques. It's hard. It's hard. You might be picking your build at the last 5 minutes before the league actually starts. I know I have done that for countless leagues. So I have made a pros and cons list of 5 builds that I think would be really great for this league mechanic. Now I'm going to kick it off with my latest build guide for the Ice Trap Saboteur. This build I think will do really well in the Forbidden Sanctum. So here's why. Some of the pros are there's easy progression through the axe. Ice traps are a great defensive layer. And as well as they freeze so much. You can do all bosses, and I believe all Ubers. I didn't kill Uber Exarch, but that's just because I'm not very good at Uber Exarch. You start with traps, you stay with traps. So respecking is very minimal. The main respecking you do is with when you get cluster jewels. Now, here's for the cons. The clear speed isn't as good as some other builds, and really good lethal prides can get expensive. Next up on the list is Goratha's Spark Inquisitor. Some of the pros are he is an Inquisitor. Even though Pious Path did get a nerf, it doesn't really matter for that build. He does make a update video addressing the nerf and how he has adjusted the tree, making it even cozier for leveling. This is a hardcore build, and it has good clear as well as good bossing. It has very good defensive layers, being a hardcore build, such as spell suppress capped, good utilization between the ES. He also does an excellent job going over the spark mechanics as a whole. At level 1, you start with the skill, so that's huge. That's a massive buff right there. That's a massive plus right there, just having your skill be right at level 1. And it's a low gear requirement. Some of the cons, though, is that it is button heavy. And I mean, this is my personal opinion, but sometimes spark on bosses can be a little annoying because the best way to get the most spark projectiles is to keep them up against a wall and have the spark bouncing back. And sometimes it's really hard to get bosses to go towards a wall. Next, let's talk about KobeBlackMamba's Venom Gyre. The pros to this is it's a Deadeye, so it's a full DPS ascendancy. A new Vol version of this just got added, plus a new unique with potential synergy. It has high scalability. It has excellent clear and decent boss damage, especially now being buffed with the Vol skill. It doesn't have any unique requirements. It is highly mobile and should be strong with the new league mechanic. And it's got that shiny new MTX. Some of the cons are it's a bit more complex as a league starter. There is, however, a leveling video. Your main skill is swapped in Act 7, so it takes a little bit of time to get that running. And in this new league, it got a small min-max nerf, but it's fine. A build you're definitely going to want to check out is Zizaran's Explosive Arrow Champion. The pros are, it's tanky, it's a champion. It has a lot of safety because you can, the totems will auto-fire. You can get into range and move around. It is a strong skill that synergizes with the totem play style. So if you're a totem main, you know, that might be really into that. It has a very low gear requirement. It does start at level 28 with a 4-link setup. You just go from there. And it's a ranged build, and Ziz makes really good, easy to play league starters, so it should be just fine for the new mechanic. Some of the cons, though, is it's a bit slow on clear speed because you have to throw the totems up and wait a moment for them to do damage, but during that time you do have a lot of movement. And I mean, it's just me, but it is totems, so it might not be your jam. Last but not least, the Spectral Shield Throw Raider that I was playing in 3.19. It is also fully updated for 3.20 and is going to be my league starter for this league. The pros are the gameplay is so satisfying. It is so fun to throw shields. It is fully cold converted, so everything gets chilled, frozen, or shattered. I cannot stress this. I know I just said shatter, but shatter itself is also a pro because it's corpse destruction, so it leaves you a little safer on those detonate dead boxes and things like that. It does use point blank, but it also still feels fine at ranged. My first Uberseer's kill was from really far away from him, just chucking those shields into his general direction. Some of the cons are you do have to aim, as well as you have to start with Poisonous Concoction until you get a 400 plus armor shield, and then you can switch over to Spectral Shield Throw, which you get at level 28. As well as there is some in-depth crafting, which I did explain in my video how to do. However, for some people that might be like, I don't want to do that, right? Understandable. Thank you guys so much for checking out my top 5 picks for Forbidden Sanctum. If you've enjoyed the video, definitely comment. Let me know if you're going to try any of these builds or if you've already got your league start picked. Are you like me, picking within the last 5 minutes? I hope I've helped you with some of these pros and cons, make a decision, and I am so excited for Friday. I hope you guys are just as excited too. Later, guys.